this time of year is always gonna hold a certain weight for me. I was just thinking tonight about how at this time last year I was up this late all the time, but it was because I was processing a lot of stuff and only processing it with a couple people. A year ago today, by today I mean yesterday technically, because it's not really Monday anymore, is it? But a year ago today, Sibs were at a wedding, which was more of a renewing of vows and party situation for people who I considered to be friends that I cared about a lot. And I opened my Facebook memories and I saw the pictures that we took, that Sibs took at the wedding and reception. It was the first friend wedding we'd gone to as a group. First friend wedding for someone I met after moving to Ames. And I look back at that and how genuinely happy I was for that event. And then I fast forward through the past 12 months and I think about how much has changed with that connection since then. How it went from being less communication to no communication to COVID to seeing one of these people at work because they were moving and I rented them a truck. And in the moment of seeing them, months into COVID, all I could think about was how much I didn't want to see them. It's crazy how relationships change that fast for the sake of, space, but also in that particular case, and many others like it, preserving sanity, preserving relationships with people you care more about in the long run. It's hard for me to say that, being somebody that wants to care about everybody or care for everyone, I guess. But the reality is there are people you aren't going to care about because we're humans and it's impossible to care about everybody. At some point, someone is going to burn you or you're going to burn them, and then the care isn't there. And I think about the bridges that had to be burnt in order for me to start living in an authentic version of myself. This wasn't the first bridge that was burnt. It's just the one that was physically closest, the one that affected other people I cared about. It sucks a lot. And beyond the sadness of seeing that Facebook memory and thinking about the positive impact that friendship with those two people had on me for a year. Not even a year, really. I look back at that and I think placeholder relationships for this short period of time doesn't compare to relationships where people actually take the time to know and understand you and love that version of you. And in the case of those people, there was too much preoccupation with the ways that we were different to preserve and cultivate a healthy friendship. And it wasn't just me, it was other people I cared about. So there was some relief with the cutting of ties and the silent see you laters, I guess. And I've talked about this with other people that were affected or watched it all happen. How the fact that I never came out to these people is significant. There are certain bridges that I've burnt in the past year that were burnt so that I could be honest with everyone else, so that there was no longer that roadblock. And I'm not emotional about it anymore. It was one of those, see you later. You've not been supportive. You've not been loving. It's time to go. So there's that. That's what I've been thinking about. When I say good things have come from slow progress, sometimes you gotta burn things before they grow green again. And in this case, it's what it took. It is what it is. Deep thoughts. Deep thoughts, sitting cross-legged on my floor. Feels a lot like the first year of this, coming full circle. And that's probably okay. We're going back to talking about stuff that matters again. Even if it takes a little too long to say it.